What's going on, guys? It's Joe Briggs here. Got a bit of a different video for you today. This one's going to be all about all the flea markets that they have in Denmark and all the really strange, rare types of Lego that they sell. As you can see here, while we were up in Denmark, we also went over to the Lego house, and there'll be a video on that coming later in the week. As you can see, there was some cool sign sets in the shop, since the designers come in to sign them on their lunch break. But anyway, on to the flea markets, and we started in Kiru Dam, and I hope I'm saying that correct, but I have no doubt someone will chime in the comments to correct me. But one thing I can start off by saying is that these shops are unique for the amount of Lego and stuff like that that they have. In the UK, we don't really have anything like this. We have charity shops, which are similarly structured, I think, but those never seem to have any good Lego because they always end up putting them on eBay and trying to fetch full retail value, and you are never going to get a deal at a charity shop. But that's why these shops interested me so much, because it's all stuff being sold by Danish people who have grown up with Lego and an abundance of it, and it just made it such a fun shopping experience to be surrounded by nothing that's brand new, just old and interesting Lego. Now, you can't really go to these shops saying that you want something. You can't say, I want a Lego City set, and go to one of these shops. That's just not how it works. You're just lucky to find what you find, and the Lego is scattered throughout the shop. And I think they do that deliberately because they know people will just come in, and if the Lego's at the front, they will just go to the front, grab some Lego and leave. But no, they kind of want you to go throughout the entire shop, so it's scattered about from the front all the way to the back. As you can see there on the screen, there's some Bionicles and a bunch of... There's so many bags of just minifigures and bags of assorted bricks, all for just a few pounds. But it depends if you know what you want. It can be like a pick-a-brick, or it can be completely useless. Most of the prices as well were pretty good. There was some sign sets, which you will see later on, which we saw signed in Lego House the next day, and they were cheaper obviously in Lego House because they wanted a premium on the resale for it being signed. But other than that, we kept comparing things to eBay UK, and you were never going to get a better deal. And some of this stuff is so, like the Lego wooden toys and stuff like that, that my missus came away with. Those are just unique, and I think you have to visit one of these shops to get them. Really, you probably can get them online, but they will charge you a premium. And here in these shops, we got some genuine wooden Lego toys for 40 Danish krones each, which is not far off, maybe £5. And what I'm going to do hopefully next week is I will record a video of everything that we came away with from these flea market shops, because we visited around 4 or 5 of them while we're in Denmark, and you will see all of them recorded here. There we spent 514 Danish krones, which is close to £60 UK. And then we were straight over to another Kiru. You can see all these on the map, and if you just type in flea market on Google Maps, you will find they'll just pop up. These Kiru ones are like a big chain, I think, and they're just full of really strange things, and they are very popular. You could not move for the amount of Danish people in there that go to these shops every weekend. It seems like they just love a bargain, which is really fun to see and interesting. This I definitely came away with, because my Lego storage at the minute is just atrocious. My missus mainly kept picking things up and just comparing how much they look like Annabelle from the horror movie, which was fun. This is a little Darth Vader alarm clock. I don't know why I said little. He is not little, he is huge. And I really wanted him for the sake of like £25, but we didn't end up getting him. And now I can just imagine someone watching this video running to the car and driving all the way up to Denmark just to get that Lego Darth Vader alarm clock. And if you do, please leave a comment, because I will happily buy that thing from you. As you can see there's the Lego Creator Ferris wheel that takes power. And I think that just kind of highlights the kind of things that you see in these shops. They are not what you expect at all. This Lego Friends set, I mean, I'm not into Lego Friends at all, but it's really unique looking. It's like a briefcase. And half the bits were there, half the bits I imagine were missing. And yeah, I don't even know how you begin to price something like that. This guy's like a bedside table lamp. Immediately wanted him. things from the Lego movie, the kitty. A lot of odd things like the Lego dots. Later you'll see the video. Who wants 6 DVDs of Ninjago? Yeah, later on you'll see the video series of Lego items, which is just recently, as recent as this year, I think, been retired, so the app no longer works with them. Otherwise we'd have picked some up because they looked strange and interesting. Yeah, a lot of these are just wrapped. They look like gift wrapped. But they're cheap. Obviously, if a set comes assembled, the same as it is on eBay, then it is inherently worth less than a set that you could build yourself or buy new. I know I said Lego City as an example earlier of stuff that you can't go and just know that stuff is going to be at these shops. But if you are a Lego City fan, they are actually quite amazing, because you will find all of the odd items. This is an odd item to start with. As my missus having fun on the... I don't even know what it is. That describes these flea markets perfectly. The Harry Potter chair describes these flea markets perfectly. I didn't need the Elsa chair, the Harry Potter chair, or the lawnmower, so we left them. But as I was saying, yeah, for Lego City, they have really nice places to go because all the pieces are so cheap. That right there on screen is 100 krones for just a mixed bag of Bionicle bits. Moving Annabelle out of the way. And Annabelle lost a leg. But yeah, so Lego City, you can find bits that are just really strange, like the stop signs and road plates and stuff that Lego don't really want you to buy individually, stuff that should come as part of a set. So if you are trying to build a Lego City and you have the time to go up to Denmark and just look through all of these shops and all of the stuff they have, look at this Stormtrooper head torch. If you have the time to go look through all these shops, it's very recommended from me, because the Lego sweatband, because you will find such deals on just little tiny pieces that can make your Lego City. And it's actually encouraged me to start a Lego City, so that's what I'm going to be trying to do on this channel at some point, because I just have such an addiction to buying Lego now, and I need somewhere to put it, basically. I hate taking sets apart and shoving them back into drawers. That's just not what I'm about. I can understand people who are, but it's just not for me. I have a big box of Lego from my childhood, and it's really hard to find anything in there. This on screen right now is a Lego train that was stickered for 1,000 Danish krones. Usually the stuff in the glass cases is a little bit better than other stuff. This is a Lego Duplo man that looked trapped for eternity, next to a lifetime's worth of glass bottles. One thing that was interesting, and I didn't know which video to include it in, is we were staying at the lodge up in Billund. And even there, they had Lego sets in the lobby. Now, I did look at the prices of these on eBay, and they were very comparable to those in the UK, so didn't end up giving them a second look. And now we're on to Flgrinstead, which is probably the closest flea market to Billund, which is the home of Lego, obviously. And that means that this was probably one of the best stocked flea markets that we visited on the entire time. Not to say that the others weren't, but this is probably my favourite of the lot, even though you're looking at a pair of woolly socks right now. They just had some really strange items, and I think this is where we got our... Well, the missus there is obsessed with the Fabuland stuff, but this is where we got our wooden Lego toys from, and they had a lot of stuff that you just, you wouldn't really expect. That Darth Vader there is about 100 crowns, I think it says, £10-ish. I mean, it's just the variety. They're not even all sets that you particularly want, but it's sets that you just don't expect to see. Like all the polybags that they had, there's just bins and bins full of polybags. And board games. Board games were prevalent everywhere, as you can see here. I don't know who is returning these to the flea markets, but someone has got their use out of these and got fed up with this game. And probably in the same vein, there is just tubs and tubs full of minifigures. Some interesting, some really not. I would also like to add that I am just starting out on my Lego journey, and I don't know the price and value of everything that I have seen here today. I have no doubt that I will get a few comments saying that Darth Vader alarm clock is absolutely priceless. And some stuff that's Lego branded, I just wouldn't know the first thing about, like the Scala sets or just how rare some base plates are, how rare some minifigures are, especially the older ones, the Fabuland ones. So a lot of this was just going and seeing what I genuinely liked the look of, which I think is quite a fun way to Lego shop, if I'm honest. And ultimately, that's what Lego is about to me. It's just about having fun and building. And it's not really about the resale value or anything like that. I never look at anything like that. And I never care what the resale value later is going to be because I don't intend to sell my stuff. A lot of my sets are like Lego children. Here you can see for 20 Danish krones, you can have the free gift that you get at Lego House. You can watch my Lego House video later about that one. And this guy is I think he's a keychain torch. But it's cool because I genuinely never see anything like this in my local Lego shop. And certainly never anything like this. This is a complete set of one of the original Lego wooden toys. And they were asking 2,200 Danish krones for the privilege to own this. Which I don't think is that bad for a piece of absolute Lego history. But they had a few individually bagged vintage Lego wooden toys, which we did take home. And I think they were about 40 Danish krone each. This is part of the other larger wooden Lego block set that you saw earlier, just the lid of the box. These are some old vintage Lego Technic, and I actually have that one. The bottom one that says RES, and it was part of my dad's old 1970s Lego, which he still has. Again, lots of brand new polybags in this shop, all from different years. Some interesting, some not. And if you've ever wondered where your brick separator goes after you throw it in the bin, it ends up here for 10 Danish krone. But I am just in absolute amazement at these shops and their variety of stuff that they have in them. I would absolutely, if you are coming to visit Denmark and these shops, plan for a full day just to visit a few, because that's what we did. And it worked out well. We were able to visit 3 and have a pleasant time, you know, go around slowly during the day. So it worked out well. This is a Lego house set that they don't actually sell at Lego House anymore, and it's the big massive tree that they've got running up the centre of the building. 800. And I must say I really would like this set, but I think it was a little bit dear at this flea market. And here you can see they have the Billund Airport one, which is quite a rare one. We didn't travel in and out of there, so we are able to get that set, as it's only for those that are flying out of the airport. The Lego House one is still for sale at Lego House, and these dinosaurs are exclusively available on Lego Denmark website, so we were also not able to get those. But in retrospect, the price, 700 Danish krones, wasn't really that bad. All of these flea markets have some big sets like these, some for good prices, some for not, but ultimately I wasn't really looking for the big sets, I was looking for more fun stuff, just like this. Cowboy Spider-Man. I did get some big sets, as you will see in my video where I show what I got. These are just a few minifigures that they felt were worth putting out. Probably some of the better ones. I can see some Star Wars ones in there and some Fabuland. But moving on to the next Kirpu. And this one had some very interesting items in, especially because we hadn't been to Lego House yet. There are some items in here, like the signed duck, I believe it was signed. Yeah, there is. And the signed pirate, but they wanted an exorbitant amount of money for them. And we were able to get them coincidentally the next day because the designer came in to sign them. Which I think they do every day, just come in on the lunch break and sign a bunch of sets that they've designed. Here they had a Lego movie set, which was about £45. It's about what you'd pay on eBay, I think. This little plane, which I'd already got one of the previous day. But yeah, I saw those Lego sets, the pirate and the old duck, and I really thought, you know, should we pick these up now because they're signed and you can't guarantee that you'll ever get a signed one, and it was just really cool to see them. But thankfully we waited and we were able to pick them up for proper RRP, which is close to half of what they were asking. So there were some scary clowns and this pot that looked like Shrek, this beverage tool belt, and these little Speed Champions polybags I may have picked up, I'm not gonna lie. And the Star Wars one was definitely asking to go home for roughly £6.50. That's just basically how I kept looking at things, like it's 10%, of crones, it's like the pounds amount. It's near enough. This is the video set that I was talking about earlier, and the reason it was so cheap, it was ridiculously cheap, is because the app is no longer supported. We found out quickly. So I couldn't even buy it and make a stupid YouTube video on it. These are the bracelets, which I have never actually seen in shop. And this set had me wandering for a good 10 minutes because it's half the price of what it is from official Lego. They wanted, I think, £70 for this set, which I thought was really good. But I just didn't really want it. So I ended up walking away. I ended up wandering around the shop for a bit and asking, do I actually need it? And then just walked away from it. Same as these Star Wars ones, that's 1,400 krone. So £140-ish, give or take. But it's always hard when I'm looking at Star Wars sets, because I absolutely love Lego Star Wars. I took one look at this Lego Friends set here, but it just knew that it was staying on the shelf, because I'm not interested in Lego Friends. This little gramophone looked like it was about to come home. And this typewriter, I was wondering, is that what Lego based their typewriter design on? But as quickly as we could sit down, we were on our way to the next Kiru. And the amount of stuff in these shops, let me not undersell, we are probably showing about 25% of the amount of Lego that there was there. I was just recording whatever I thought was interesting. And like this big stack of manuals that just come here to die. Some battle packs, Star Wars battle packs. But I absolutely was mainly recording stuff that I just thought was really interesting and was worth putting on a video. You know, if you were after loose Lego, there was just tons of the stuff. I could record loose Lego just in bags all day. This my first builder Lego set, may have come on with us for the price of £3. I decided not to go for the selection of butter knives, rusty butter knives. And this set here with 700 pieces in would just be good value, you know, if you wanted to just give it away. Just to a relative or something, just to play with it. This is the kind of stuff that, you know, you don't find in the UK, because someone would sell this on eBay for 3 times as much. And they even had this Jamie Oliver cookbook, because even Danish people don't want him. I'm sorry to put you on blast, Jamie Oliver, but you took away my school dinners. This Lego City set, again, you see a lot of Lego City in these shops. You just can't guarantee what you're going to see. So every time I saw a Lego City set, I just kind of wanted to pick it up, but I had to really evaluate, you know. Buildings are probably first if you're going to build a Lego City, and not anything like planes or airports. But this shop had a good selection of everything. However, it was just a little bit far away from Billund, somewhere in the region of about an hour. But it had some good sets, and I think mainly the minifigures, especially in this flea market, it's Danish doorknobs. But yeah, especially the minifigures in this one were quite on point, and you'd find a lot of extra things to put with the minifigures that are quite rare, unique, and mini animals. And there's a boxed Bionicle and a couple of other strange sets. You know, you can see just looking at how well cared for these minifigures are that someone has really loved these in the past. They had such a big selection of Minecraft, Avatar, and mainly a lot of Ninjago. Again, similar with Friends, Lego Friends. I'm not really that into Ninjago, but I can see that people, you know, will put value to it. Here's a full Ninjago set in a roasting tray. So it seems they're about as into Ninjago as I am. He had some fun-looking creator sets, and these were all boxed. This Lego City set was just, it looked completely gift-wrapped, like you'd just give it to someone on Valentine's Day, and this one was the exact same. They just look perfect. Like you'd say, here, I got you this for Valentine's Day, and I even built it for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. You can see more of the base plates there, the coloured base plates. This was an interesting set because it said it was discounted down to 500 krones, but we saw someone trying to check this out, and the lady behind the desk was on the phone, and she came back to him, the guy trying to check it out, and said no, it must have been incorrectly priced, so he didn't end up taking it for 500 krones. So I don't know why it said that on there. This was a strange Lego kids toy that may have come home with us also. These Lego stone men are really kind of wanted just for the garden. I've never seen anything like these before. I don't even know where you'd buy them from. Are they custom? Are they from Lego? If you know anything about them, please let me know in the comments. And then from there, we moved on to the final one. And now I wasn't even really sure if I was going to add this final one to the video because it kind of brings down the whole mood of the video. Everywhere else we found such amazing Lego. But I think it's quite important to note that what you find might be different to what I found. It might be 10 times better, it might be worse. And that's just the nature of these flea markets. It completely depends on when you go. I can guarantee that this time next year there will be completely different stuff. I can guarantee that this time tomorrow there will be completely different stuff. So it entirely depends. But yeah, this one that we went to wasn't even branded. It didn't even have like the flea market sign on. And it just was a bit random as to what was in there. There wasn't really very much, put it that way. So, but if you've enjoyed this video, then please remember to subscribe, as we have another video, the 2024 tour of the Lego house, and also just shopping in the Lego house. And if you'd like to see me make a Lego engagement ring, that will be linked on screen now. And unless you want a Lilo and Stitch hat or a stack of lampshades, then that's it. So thank you for watching, and for now, goodbye.